We've all had those moments where it feels like no matter how much effort we put in, we're not making progress, which can be frustrating. And sometimes it can even leave you questioning if you're on the right path or if you should be doing something completely different. But before you throw in the towel, let's take a step back and evaluate. So here's a look at 5 things that you can do when hard work doesn't seem like enough. But before jumping in, this video is brought to you by National University, and we'll talk more about them in a moment. Number 1, ask yourself, do you actually like what you do? And this is a simple but critical question because it's easy to get so caught up in the grind that you never stop to ask yourself if you actually enjoy what you're doing. So take some time to reflect and ask, do you wake up excited to tackle your work, or do you dread every task on your to-do list? And if you do all of that and realize that it's the latter, from there you have to dig deeper and figure out exactly what it is that you don't like about it. So is it the work itself, the people you're surrounded by, the environment, or maybe the lack of growth? And under no circumstances do you want to skip this part, because pinpointing your source of dissatisfaction is going to be the first step to addressing it. But on the other hand, if you do like your work but still feel stuck, you'll then need to consider what you can possibly do to make it better. For example, could you benefit from taking on new challenges, asking for a promotion, or even gaining additional skills to advance in your career? The reality in these types of situations is that the solution might not involve a complete career change. Instead, it's more so along the lines of improving your current circumstances so that they better match your professional and your personal goals. But of course, if you realize that your dissatisfaction runs way deeper than your work just no longer aligning with your values or interests, it might be time to consider a bigger change. In addition, you have to stop being afraid to step outside your comfort zone. Comfort zones are so tricky because on one hand, they feel safe, but on the other hand, they can also keep you stuck. So if you've been feeling uninspired or longing for something different for some time, it might be time to take a strategic leap of faith. And to be clear, this doesn't mean making reckless decisions. Instead, it means giving yourself permission to explore opportunities that will challenge you and push you to grow. So start by researching different fields and industries and really consider what interests you. Think about what you've always been curious about but never pursued, and consider if it's worth exploring, even if it feels intimidating. And if you've ever thought about being your own boss, now might be the perfect time to move in that direction, because entrepreneurship can be incredibly fulfilling, giving you the freedom to build something that aligns with your vision. This is where National University comes in. I'm thrilled to partner with them and highlight their entrepreneurship program because it's designed for individuals who are ready to take control of their careers. NU's MBA program with a specialization in entrepreneurship is a game changer because it focuses on helping students develop the skills, knowledge, and values they need to confidently bring their ideas to life. But it's not just about starting a business. It's also about learning to identify opportunities, create solutions, and contribute to economic growth and development. And if you're ready to step into this role, National University provides the tools and support to help you succeed. And it's noteworthy that they also offer scholarship opportunities, making it more accessible for those who are ready to take that leap. So if you're sitting on an idea or just want more control over your career, don't let fear hold you back and click the link in my description to explore scholarship opportunities. This could be the step to turn your aspirations into a reality. In addition, you have to redefine what success means to you. One of the biggest reasons hard work can feel like it's not enough is because we're often chasing someone else's version of success. Society loves to paint a picture of what this looks like, which can often include high salaries, luxury cars, big houses, and fancy job titles. But what if none of that actually resonates with you? So take a moment to think about what success really means to you. Is it having more time to spend with your family, the ability to travel and experience the world, or building something meaningful that leaves a lasting impact? Just remember that your picture does not have to look like anyone else's vision. Because when you define it for yourself and embrace your unique vision, the closer you get to living a life that actually means something to you. And this shift not only makes your journey more fulfilling, but also less stressful. You also have to learn how to work smarter and not harder. So if hard work doesn't seem to be enough, it's also worth asking yourself if you're focusing on the right things. Sometimes we equate effort with productivity. However, if that effort doesn't include efficient strategies or move you closer to your goals, it can feel like you're spinning your wheels and getting nowhere. So start by identifying your high impact activities, which are those that actually move the needle. For example, are you currently spending hours on tasks that don't significantly contribute to your progress? If so, consider whether it's possible to automate those or cut them altogether. And after that, start looking at patterns. So in other words, are there any consistent roadblocks that slow you down? And if so, maybe it's time to streamline your workflow, use better tools, or rethink how you allocate your time. And working smarter also means recognizing when to pivot. So if your current approach isn't getting results, don't keep doing the same thing over and over again, because this is likely a sign that it's time to experiment with new methods. And finally, you have to track your progress to recognize wins. When you're grinding day in and day out, it is so easy to feel like you're not getting anywhere, especially if you're not keeping track of your progress. So even though the big goal is the end results, you have to remember that small wins along the way are also worth celebrating. And a key way to really do this is to take those big goals and start breaking them down into smaller, measurable milestones. For example, if you're building a business, tracking smaller milestones like securing your first 10 clients, hitting a revenue goal, or completing a key project can remind you of how far you've come. So make sure you're having weekly or monthly check-ins with yourself to review progress that might otherwise go unnoticed. Sometimes that feeling of hard work not being enough can come from us constantly comparing ourselves to others or only focusing on what we haven't achieved. But tracking your wins can shift those thoughts, which can help you see growth and build momentum for what lies ahead.